Tzu Chi volunteers go into a heavily damaged village to evaluate the situation after a tropical storm. A TIMA doctor dedicates to Tzu Chi in hope to serve with his mother. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. There have been 5 tropical storms in April this year in Thailand. On April 18th, 2 villagers in Ratchaburi Province were heavily damaged and over 100 houses were ruined. Tzu Chi Thailand Chapter went to Kaem-On Village to visit affected residents with local government officials. Tzu Chi volunteers drove 168 kilometers from Bangkok to Kaem-On Village in Chonburi County, Ratchaburi Province.
Normally, there are no more than 2 or 3 storms a year, but we already had 5 this year, and the wind was strong. Many villagers' houses were damaged 5 times. Just when they repaired it from the last storm, another storm came.
On April 18th, the storm hit 13 villages and 118 households were damaged. Today, we came to evaluate the most heavily damaged houses.
Somsak, who's 57 years old, has never been through such a terrible disaster.
It's like dominoes. Everything fell one after another, and many things were damaged. The rain came afterward, and all of the furniture were soaked in water.
His family now camps under a tree and uses wooden boards as a bed. Lenholm's house has been damaged for the 2nd time and the roof is gone. The tree next to the house snapped in the middle, but luckily it is still supported by another tree.
Last time the damage was light, so I moved all the clothes here. This time the tree snapped and all the clothes were ruined.
These old wooden houses can't stand the heavy storm, and affected residents have only a tiny space to reside temporarily. The local government is offering subsidies to help them rebuild their houses. Tzu Chi Thailand Chapter is also getting to know further needs of these disaster survivors. DaAi TV reporters and the local volunteers in Mozambique once again paid a visit to Tica Village in Nhamatanda, one of the disaster areas affected by Cyclone Idai. In our next report, we look at how the affected residents use the building materials and crops distributed by Tzu Chi.
There are more than 9,300 households in Tica Village in Nhamatanda. Now the affected residents are rebuilding their homes that were devastated by Cyclone Idai. Tzu Chi's first building material and crop distribution was held in Tica Village. Let us take a look at how they use these aid supplies. 23-year-old Alberto has to care for his grandmother. He makes a meager income by helping people build houses or prepare soil for planting. According to Alberto, if he helps people build a house with thatch, wood, can, and mud, it will take him about 2 weeks' time. He can earn about $24. In other words, his daily wage is about $2. After the floods, he was only able to rebuild his home as he was worried about his grandmother.
I
have no job now, but with the seeds that you gave me, I can grow crops to feed my family. The construction materials and tools you gave me are very useful. Since my grandma's house needs to be rebuilt, the materials that you gave me are enough. I can look for wood by myself or ask from neighbors. These supplies and tools given by Tzu Chi are the things that I need the most.
Alberto demonstrates how to plant corn seeds. With the new tools, along with the cooperation of local volunteers, this simple wood shed was completed in merely 10 minutes. With the pots and corn flour given by Tzu Chi, Alberto is able to cook. The meal is flavored with sugar, which is also filled with love. At this moment, Alberto thinks of his neighbor's baby. Helping and sharing with one another is the portrayal of this village. 82-year-old Kuliwa's temporary sheet metal house was built thanks to the joint efforts of villagers. She relies on the monthly subsidy from the government to get by, which is only about $8. For this reason, she cannot afford to buy extra building materials and crops.
I am in desperate need of all the supplies. The seeds are the most important because they will not wither easily. Therefore, I can continue to have a harvest. After the harvest, there are seeds that I can sow again. The seeds are very important to me. I am very thankful.
No matter how heavy the hoe is and how old she is, Kuliwa can do the farming by herself.
Não, eu sinto bem porque agradeço muito.
I'm very grateful to Tzu Chi. After Cyclone Idai, the village lost everything and everyone here did not know what to do with their lives. But after Tzu Chi came here and brought these supplies to us, we can now rebuild our homes. Since all the paddies were destroyed by the disaster, Tzu Chi has given hope by giving us seeds to plant. Thank you very much.
Alguma coisa que a gente nem esperava.
1.5 months after the cyclone, several areas of Tica Village are still flooded. With Tzu Chi's help, the affected residents have seen hope and are ready to rebuild their homes.
Ever since the strong earthquake shook Mexico in 2017, Tzu Chi has continuously been caring for the survivors all the way until now. This time, the U.S. TIMA medical team is back, conducting another free clinic in Xochimilco.
The town of Santa Cruz Alcapizza is extremely happy because once again the Tzu Chi Foundation has returned, and they are here to provide free medical services to the people of Xochimilco. While there are many different services, there's dentistry, acupuncture, and general medicine. There are also many new doctors this time around.
Because I had one lecture with TIMA people and got the information from there, have the event to help people. That's why I'm here.
I came for the acupuncture treatments. I have pain in both my back and neck areas.
I improved a lot because I used to have excruciating pain. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't carry anything. In other words, I couldn't go party and let loose. I would take tons of pills, so many pills. All my life, I was living in pain. It was just enduring the pain each and every day. Well, not anymore. Now I don't feel the pain at all, which means I progressed a lot. I think later I'm going to go out dancing.
Our treatment can help people to improve their life quality.
This is my second time back to the Tzu Chi mission because the first time was really enjoyable. We helped a lot of people. It was a lot of hard work, but the people really enjoyed it and they appreciated us helping them. And I met a lot of awesome people, great friends for life, and learned that everyone in the organization has really good heart and they mean well.
Yo vine a que me arreglaran una muela al dentista.
I came to see the dentist to get my teeth fixed. The doctor seems to have come from the United States and is a very good person, a very kind person.
Many times people do not want to see the doctors because they will start thinking how much will it cost. But since coming here is free of charge, everyone does not hesitate to come visit. This includes me as well.
Yeah, we are glad that we have doctors that come for first time and join our medical mission. It's very important for us to have them here so that we can continue to have this medical outreach. New and returning doctors can sustain these missions. They learn each other and get to know how to set up the system so they can continue effectively and can see more patients.
I will come back. I will come, definitely.
TIMA doctor Xiao Ruipeng is always making time to have lunch with his mother after his clinic duties. What's more inspiring is that he was motivated to join Tzu Chi and TIMA because his mother is a senior recycling volunteer. He has also become a Tzu Chi volunteer, all with the hope of walking the Tzu Chi path with his mother. Dr. Xiao Ruipeng checked the patient's test results and gave a diagnosis of potential risk of myocardial infarction. He explained the situation in detail to the patient and helped him transfer immediately.
You can't wait till tomorrow. You must go to the hospital now.
He is a caring cardiologist who has been serving in his hometown, Zhanghua, for over 30 years.
When I was 1 or 2 years old, my father suddenly couldn't walk. That's what motivated me to become a doctor, because I want to help more people in need when I grow up.
After the clinic, Dr. Xiao takes his wife to have lunch with his mother in his old house every week. They often watch DaAi dramas and chat while dining. His mother brought up 4 children by herself. She's already 86 years old, but her movements are still clever and fast. She has been a recycling volunteer for more than 20 years, and she rides the bicycle to the recycling station every day.
I feel great. The master established the recycling station. It has kept my mind sharp so I won't deteriorate.
Dr. Xiao was inspired by his mother to join Tzu Chi and became a TIMA doctor. He conducts monthly free clinics in Taichung, Zhanghua, and Nantou regularly.
Seeing their pain has made me realize how blessed and fortunate I am.
My expectation is that he can continue to be a part of Tzu Chi and the TIMA doctor.
Dr. Xiao accompanied his mother to walk the Bodhisattva path and serve Tzu Chi's missions together. His act is the best way to demonstrate filial piety to parents. Among those who participated in a pilgrimage held by Tzu Chi in Ormoc this year was a cow named Alfreda. The cow is so named by her owner Virgilio Balguino out of his gratitude to Tzu Chi volunteer Alfredo Lee. The cow carried a lot of bananas during the pilgrimage to celebrate Tzu Chi's 53rd anniversary and also brought everyone a surprise.
The cow can also kneel down. It shows her nature. Last year, Tzu Chi volunteer Alfredo Lee brought the cow to Virgilio Bagulio, resident of Great Love Village, to help him cultivate his farmland. Volunteer Lee also reminded him to value life.
I want to wish Master Zheng Yan good health.
Close to 1,000 people joined the pilgrimage at the Great Love Village. On this stony road, they realized it is still possible for them to join Tzu Chi.
When I was conducting a pilgrimage, I felt the strength of Dharma Master Zheng Yan. I want to thank the Master for giving us a bright future.
We joined the pilgrimage sincerely and shared what we had. I believe that the heaven has given us a lot, so we must learn to share what we have.
To celebrate Tzu Chi's 53rd anniversary, volunteers and the general public came together at the Jinshi Hall, praying peace and auspiciousness.
In China, the original Xiamen Tzu Chi office was located at Wuyuan Bay. As the local government is planning on building a subway system in the area, the land was expropriated and the office needed to be moved to another place. Fortunately, an entrepreneur generously provided a space for Tzu Chi to set up a new office space. The new office is expected to be open in mid-June of this year.
In Xiamen, Fujian, the new Tzu Chi office will be in full operation soon. Volunteers have been helping with the construction process every weekend ever since the start of Lunar New Year.
This is our new home. That is why all of us are working hard together with the construction process. I believe that we have to seize the day to come over here and help. Whether it's just for an hour or 2 hours, it's everyone's responsibility to give of themselves.
As the new office needs to be painted, we thought about using eco-friendly paint. Luckily, in my company, we produce wood wax oil, which is plant-based raw material and is completely non-toxic. Thankfully, we have this resource readily available to use for the new office.
Volunteers not only put their professional skills to use, but more importantly, all of them enjoy helping out in any way they can.
2 days ago, I had a serious episode of gout in my feet. I feel a lot better now. I think I just need to exercise more so that my joints can be used to various movements. I'm glad to see so many volunteers coming here to help out, and I enjoy working with all of them as well.
The space of new office is a total of 2,000 square meters. After an entrepreneur Zhang Haiwang and his wife Huang Aimei bought the land, they have provided to Tzu Chi volunteers free of charge. Ever since October 2018, every day we can see many volunteers helping out at the site.
With the new office, our new home, our volunteers can go to more places to help more people in need.
All of us have put much effort into the construction process. After flattening all the uneven surfaces, we all had to put on pain relief patches when we got home. After a night's rest, the very next morning, the body was back to tip-top condition again. So I quickly came back to the site and continue to help out in any way I can.
I am deeply moved by the volunteers' dedication because this will be the home for everyone, not just belonging to my husband and I. So I think everything that we have been doing and continue to do is very meaningful. Being able to spread the spirit of great love all around Xiamen is something of a blessing. I believe when the new office finally finished, the power of compassion will be that much greater.
Agriculture accounts for a large share of water used in Taiwan. Irrigation is particularly important for agriculture, with drip irrigation water technology paired with computers being an effective way to save water. This was first pioneered in Israel, allowing for precisely control of the amount of water for each flower and every fruit. In Yunlin's Huwei, one farmer introduced this technology 20 years ago and has developed stable production and quality, helping domestic and international sales.
Visiting Yunlin County, which is known as an agricultural county, we soon learned that this area in central Taiwan has unlimited agricultural potential. Traveling in this car with us is a member of Yunlin Huwei's Flower Producer Association, Chen Guoming. Chen Guoming, who is a graduate of an agricultural science program and is representative of modern flower farming in Yunlin. He leads the 4th class of flower production and sales in Huwei and is the first group in Taiwan to introduce a pilot drip irrigation technology. On this trip, he wants to point out the highlights of this drip irrigation system. The owner of the greenhouse for tomatoes is Lin Qingqi, who is a partner with Chen Guoming when it comes to production and marketing. It's not yet summer and this tomato garden is already hot and steaming. In such a hot climate, traditional plants using ditch irrigation may not grow because much of the water will be evaporated by the hot sun. However, using drip irrigation technology can lead to different results almost immediately.
This is so-called drip irrigation because there are 2 small holes here. We wait for it to come from here. It is quite small, right? So in terms of water use, this means we don't waste water. In general, we talk about ditch irrigation, which has a lot of water going in, and some of it even goes into the groundwater system.
What is the most efficient way to water plants? Here we take a closer look at the roots of these plants.
Here we can see the white roots of the plant over there. And yes, you are watering it right there. This is very convenient as it delivers water only to places where it is needed. You can see that these roots are getting water here, and on this path, there is no need to supply water.
The pipelines are connected in series and laid out in an orderly manner. The drip irrigation technology allows the water to be dripped onto the crops one by one, saving a surprising amount of irrigation water.
Save more than half of the water than ditch irrigation.
Don't underestimate this drip irrigation. It's like the fountain of life for fruit trees. About 20 years ago, this drip irrigation technology was introduced to Taiwan from Israel. Chen Guoming was a young farmer then. After evaluating it, he decided to implement the system, which was the foundation of what he now has 4 hectares of professional operations in Hubei now. Purple eustoma is beautiful and is the result of Chen Guoming's hard work. His eustoma have a delicate color and last a long time in the vase. His good quality, stable production not only supports Taiwan's domestic market in the summer, but also the export market.
Being competitive in the market along with stable supply and quality can allow for a stable price.
20 years ago, the introduction of drip irrigation allowed farmers to focus on stabilizing the growth and quality of crops. He never thought that drip irrigation can accurately provide water when the environment suddenly changes. This is especially true in an era of extreme climate and water shortage, where water resources become more important.
This year, it is said that drought caused output from fruit trees to decrease. Their income was reduced, so they started to receive subsidy. In fact, most countries' hillside area where water supply is difficult have already implemented drip irrigation systems.
In Israel, during the course of a year, this desert country only gets 30 days of rain. With such scarce water resources, a drip irrigation system with precise computer control of irrigation water was developed. Since then, fruit and flowers have grown in the desert.
This will allow you to know how much water is given each day. You can also set it for a certain amount. It can also record how much water and fertilizer is used each day. It helps you keep track of this.
This empty greenhouse allows us to better see the technology Chen Guoming brought back from Israel. Through our lens, we can see how intricate the water-saving technology is and how it works. Sprinkling water from above is a sprinkler operation, and dripping water is a drip irrigation technique. The combination of sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation is an important way to cultivate the eustoma. Compared with traditional planting methods, the water-saving benefits are considerable. Sprinkler irrigation does not flush away soil and fertilizer. It also saves water. When compared to traditional irrigation, the water saving is about 50%. When mentioning drip irrigation, this is the most effective water-saving irrigation method. In the current drought-stricken areas, the water utilization rate is as high as 95%. It will not produce surface runoff, greatly reducing the amount of irrigation water evaporation, saving 80% of water. These colorful eustoma are freshly picked, trimmed, and packaged. A bunch of bundles are sold overseas. Taiwan is a rainy island, and it always makes people misunderstand that a water shortage is in fact never far away from us. In fact, Taiwan's rainfall is unevenly distributed. The terrain is unique as water shortage is never far away. We may not suffer the same problems as Israel, though the weather and natural environment are changing, and drip irrigation technology in Hubei is one solution.
More than 400 Tzu Chi volunteers and community residents conducted a mountain trail cleaning activity in Changsha Mountain in Sansha. We'll leave you with these images and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.